When you bring your child home for the first time, you want a baby monitor you can trust. When you choose Stork, you choose technology trusted to monitor 10 million babies in hospitals every year. Stork continuously tracks your baby's pulse rate, oxygen saturation, and temperature. Visit MassimoStork.com to learn more. Stork, a revolutionary baby monitor, is born.
Stork is not a medical device. Read and understand all product labeling. Massimo data on file.
Moms and dads, I bet you can relate to this email. Kirk, my son is just like the kids you described in your podcast. He comes home feeling defeated after school, feeling like he isn't smart. But I got him Crunch Labs and he loves it. Building the new toy and watching Mark Rober makes him feel smart. And then he explains, talking a million miles a minute, like our kids do, all the cool science facts he's learned. It's like I get my real kid back when he's building his Crunch Labs toy. And that is exactly why I was so psyched when my niece first told me how her son loves Crunch Lab. Confession, this is the one sponsor I wanted more than any other because it's such a perfect fit for our kids. So go to crunchlabs.com/calm and you'll see why. Crunch Labs is a STEM monthly subscription build box for kids. Your kids get a really fun toy in the mail every month. And what kid doesn't love that? And then they put it together by watching a step-by-step video from former NASA engineer Mark Rober, where he teaches all the cool physics that make the toy work. Mark's passion is helping kids think like engineers. And this helps your kids develop resilience and problem-solving skills while having a ton of fun. Get your kids something they will actually love, use, and look forward to getting all throughout the coming year. Build your child's confidence now. Visit crunchlabs.com/calm and get your kids Crunch Labs today. What do you do when your child is upset and unrelenting and he comes after you and you try to walk away and you try to get away, but he just keeps coming and won't let go of something, right? You can kind of see it escalating. It's a lot of fun, isn't it? That's what we're going to talk about today on a bonus edition, a short edition of the Calm Parenting Podcast. So welcome, this is Kirk Martin, founder of Celebrate Calm. You can find us at Celebrate Calm. If you need some help, contact our unrelenting, strong-willed child, Casey. He's a young man now, actually. It's CASEY at celebratecalm.com. And he'll help you out. Just know that the traits that irritate you most when your kids are young are the very traits that will make them successful later on. So I want you to begin to even look at your child. Here's a bonus. Once in a while, this is very powerful. Look at your child and say, you know, I wish I was more like you. I wish I had that trait. It is very, very powerful. I should end the podcast right there after 1 minute, but I'm not. So the child's coming after you. And what usually happens is your kids have a strong sense of justice, right? Because they have this high need for order because their brains are so busy and it's kind of chaotic. And so that's why they're kind of bossy and controlling at times. And they need to, it's why they can't play board games with you. They're going to change the rules of the game. They quit, they cheat. It's why they have to prove their point all the time. And if they're a boy, they grow into a husband that does that as well and ruins his marriage. Kidding, but not really. And so they have this strong sense of justice because I need to close the loop on this, and I believe that I'm right, and you're not hearing me, and I'm just going to keep going. And so they become irrational, and you're rational in that moment, and you're talking past each other because they're not hearing anything you say, and you're just wanting them to just be quiet and give us a little bit of space. So I want you to respond with some intensity, and I encourage you to write the word down, intensity. It's very, very, very important when done in a positive way with a strong-willed child. So I want you to stop, look at your child, and say, I can tell you're really frustrated, or I can tell you're really upset. What is one thing that you really want me to hear right now? I want you to try that this week and then say, I've got to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a couple minutes. So think about that. What is one thing that you want me to hear? Now, a little variation, it might be, what is one thing that you could begin doing right now that may be too tough for them in the moment? That's where I may go after this, right, to problem solving. So let's stick with this one of what is one thing that you really want me to hear. And then you excuse yourself to go to the bathroom. Why? To give a little bit of space and time. Bathroom I like because most of your kids are going to follow you in because they don't want to see you naked in the bathroom. And so I come back. I'm a little bit more calm. Child hopefully has gone from a level 10 to a level 8 or level 7. You say, have you thought about it? What is one thing, just one thing that you want me to hear? And let them express that, repeat it back to them, and let's just see how they respond. That's all I want to do this week is just see how they respond because there's something powerful about that. You know what just triggered is a thought I have for you with your marriage as well. Same kind of thing. This week, I dare you. Go to your spouse. I'm not going to dare you. I'm going to encourage you to do it. Go to your spouse and ask this one question. This coming week, what is one thing, just one thing that I can begin doing or stop doing? One thing that maybe irritates you or frustrates you, or one thing that builds you up and makes you feel loved, that makes you feel that I have your back, that makes you feel honored. What is one thing I can begin doing or stop doing this week? And then listen to your spouse. And then here's the most important part. Just do it. Just do it. I talk to guys all the time. I'm like, look, just go to your wife. Ask her one thing. And then they do, and they're like, well, she doesn't do this, and she needs to do this. You know, I'm already good. And I'm like, what? That's not the point. The point is not to prove your point. The point is not to rationalize it and prove who's right and who's wrong and settle all of your resentments you've built up, right? And fix everything. It's to ask, what is one thing? And then it's very, very simple. That week, begin doing or stop doing what your spouse asked you to do. That's all. That's all. Because it's about actions. And what you are showing your spouse is, I heard you and I'm trying. And I am honoring you and what you asked. And even if you mess up, right? Now, spouses, when the other one messes up, I want you to respond with, I've noticed how hard you're trying, and it means a lot to me. That's it. Nothing else. Don't get into, well, if you would also do this, and that doesn't make up for the fact that you did that. No, we're not going to litigate the entire relationship because we don't have 40 years left, right? I want one thing. Let's focus this week. Just think one thing for this coming weekend. Let's focus on that and see what changes. If we can help you with this, and that's why we're including the Calm Couples Marriage Program for free with the Calm Parenting Package. You know why? Because we try to make it really simple and guy-friendly because most guys won't go to marriage therapy. And when you say we need to work on our marriage, it's intimidating and overwhelming. So we break it down into little steps that are doable. This is doable. Wives and husbands, right? If you're divorced and you're dating someone, practice it with them. We can do this. You can do this. Let us know if we can help you at all. Love you all. Reach out to Casey at Celebrate Calm if we can help you. Please share the podcast. Good luck this week. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.